On Saturday the 28th of June 2025, steam locomotive JB 1236 made her long-awaited return to the main line. It was good to see Mainline Steam finally running a train again after 6 years, even though this wasn't a normal public excursion. Instead, it was a crew training/test run from Plimmerton to Palmerston North and return, with the JB hauling a UC tanker wagon, diesel locomotive DJ 1229, generator van FM 3010, and 5 AO passenger coaches. On a personal note, this was the first time I saw JB 1236 in steam since January 2018, when she ran some excursions in Whanganui as part of the city's Vintage Weekend. Incidentally, I haven't been to Whanganui since that weekend. We initially caught the convoy at Levin, arriving just in time after seeing DL 9325 and DSG 3074 passing Shannon with train 262S. There was only a short stop at Levin, although I'm not sure why they stopped here in the first place. Despite getting stuck behind a blasted New World truck on State Highway 57 for an unreasonably long time, we still, by some miracle, made it to Palmerston North Station just in time for the JB. Lots of people turned up to see the steam locomotive, and I suppose it would have been a bonus for the locals given the events held in Palmerston North over Matariki weekend. Those events were known as Franz 50, because it was the 50th anniversary of the Federation of Rail Organisations in New Zealand, but I avoided them because I really struggled to handle large crowds, and had a feeling that the station would be packed for the big cavalcade and other excursions. JB 1236 and DJ 1229 left the coaches at the platform and went on to the yard alone. In the meantime, people were chatting with their mates, or, in my case, doing that and, at one point, also having a look at the old ballast cleaner ETM 404 and other strange vehicles parked in the adjacent sidings. Incidentally, I was going through my archives and found 2 old photographs from October 2010, showing ETM 404 at a worksite in Pongakawa, in the Bay of Plenty, and more specifically, on the East Coast main trunk down to kiwirail. I don't know if ETM 404 is ever used these days, especially since kiwirail now has a much larger ballast cleaner in their fleet. This monstrosity is ETM 567. Thinking back to the coaches on JB 1236's train, I thought they looked reasonably familiar, especially the observation coach AO 215, since I saw this thing at Wellington Station on the 14th of April 2024, when she was displayed as part of the Hutt Valley 150 event, along with steam locomotive KA942 and generator van FM 3010. Curiously, JB 1236 and DJ 1229 didn't immediately couple up to their coaches when they got back to the station. Instead, they stopped on the siding where the Capital Connection SR coaches were parked, and the crew appeared to be servicing the JB. It was quite bizarre seeing a DJ, of all locomotives, out on the main line, let alone anywhere in the North Island at all, since I normally associate preserved DJs with the tourist services out of Dunedin, which, incidentally, I haven't seen since January 2007. In any case, the DJ class can be driven in Train Simulator, as she is included with the Midland Line Springfield to Aikens route add-on, but not in this unusual livery worn by DJ 1229 in the present day. In keeping with that day's poor weather, The rain was quite inconsistent as we waited for JB 1236 and DJ 1229 to return to the platform. To my surprise and amusement, someone brought along his 5-inch gauge replica of an NZR F-Class 060 saddle tank and posed her right alongside the big 3-foot 6-inch gauge 482 tender engine. I don't know where the miniature F is based, but I do know that there's at least one heritage line elsewhere in New Zealand where you can see one of the full-size Fs in operation. The line in question is the Western Springs Railway in Auckland. Eventually, it was time for JB 1236 to leave Palmerston North and return to her home base at Plimmerton. Well done to Mainline Steam for getting this 86-year-old steam locomotive back to mainline running condition, and I look forward to seeing her again someday.